Game consoles are getting more expensive, and with that, people decided to switch over to emulators. That's not the only reason. With a lot of older games becoming unavailable, people were probably like, this game's not on the shelves anymore? Why can't I find it? What do you mean it's not available anymore? So then people turned to the solution that could cure their FOMO without requiring any payment. Piracy. At least that's what I think. To be honest, I am fascinated by the concept of playing video games from a certain console to another console, or handheld, or PC. More specifically, PC. Back when I was a kid, I've always wondered what if I could play a PlayStation 2 game into a PC. So what I did, I took out an empty, clean piece of a DVD, I grabbed a marker, and wrote the specific game I wanted to play. And then I popped that bad boy into my PC, and in my hopes, it could somehow read my disc and run my game. No, it did not work. Of course it didn't. That would have been some miracle if it could somehow read my disc. Fast forward to 2012 when I had my PlayStation 2. The next idea that I had, I asked my dad if he could help me print a specific video game disc cover on a disc. And when we did it, after we did it, the next thing I did, I got back home, I popped that bad boy into my PlayStation. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. By the way, what game that I was printing / writing on the cover, you may ask? Oh, hold on, okay, I'll tell you in a bit. Be patient. Alright, fast forward to 2023, when I finally had my own laptop and I lost my PlayStation 2. And yeah, I really miss it. When I was scrolling through the internet while reminiscing my old PlayStation 2 days, I suddenly remembered years ago when I was trying to figure out how to play PlayStation 2 games on PC. There was an emulator called PCSX2. And it hit me with a realization. I was like, wait, what if is it possible? So then I go over to the website, download it, run the application, and boom! I did it. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't do this a long time ago. Actually, I didn't even know emulators were really a thing. With the emulator, I got it working. I finally got to play the video game I yearned for so long that I couldn't find it in stores. And that game was Zathura. For those who don't know what Zathura is, it's actually a movie that was released in 2005. What's the movie about? It's a movie about space. Ask Wikipedia. Don't ask me for details. It'll take too long for me to explain. But what I can say, fun fact, it's my favorite childhood movie. And it's so unfortunate when I had my PlayStation 2 for quite some time because I've been wanting to play that specific game, but I couldn't find it anywhere in stores until freaking 3 years ago. I finally got to play it on an emulator and I just had to download it. And let me tell you, the kid inside of me was so happy that I finally got to play it. Anyway, talk about game emulators. Like I said, I find it interesting getting to play your favorite games from another console into the one that you have. Meanwhile, the downsides, I'm no marketing expert, but doesn't this kind of affect other companies that are trying to make a profit from these consoles? What's even more ridiculous is that now that there's also an SD card that you can install into your device and you can load up to 10,000 video games across different consoles, which is insane, but kind of feels like cheating? I don't want to say piracy, but kind of looks like it. Look, I get it. Most of us can't afford game consoles, so of course we go for the cheaper solution. Oh, actually, there's this one emulator I tried to install back when I was a kid, but it didn't work out because my PC wasn't compatible. This one is called BlueStacks, an emulator for Android. The reason why I tried to install this because I wasn't sure how to record a gameplay footage on a phone or a tablet or iPad. So then I thought maybe playing mobile games on a PC would be a great idea. Yeah, that didn't work out. Anyway, that was me when I was a kid. After having fun when I was playing the PlayStation 2 emulator, I was surfing the internet. I thought about wanting to try other emulators. There is one for the PlayStation 3. I thought about trying that, but I was pretty skeptical about it because I don't want to accidentally install a virus. But also, I already have so many games on my device, so what do I need more? Oh yeah, also just recently, I found out that there's also a Nintendo Switch emulator called Ryujinx. What caught my attention, you may ask? When Tomodachi Life starts becoming a thing and a lot of people are playing it. But some of them, turns out, they don't even have a Switch. So then they switch over to an emulator just to hop onto the trend and to feel the excitement. And that includes content creators. That's just an assumption. Some do play, some don't. I don't know, I'm just making things up. But just imagine how ridiculous does it sound when content creators playing games using emulators, not having to worry of their reputation getting spoiled. If these big game companies finds out content creators are pulling this kind of move, there's no chance they're gonna give them sponsorships. Why did I say it like that? What is wrong with me? Am I being offensive? I'm sorry. But you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna play a Nintendo Switch emulator, Ryujinx, just because I want to try it. Just because Tomodachi Life is trending right now. Disclaimer, Tomodachi Life was trending a few months ago, so is this recording, so yeah, I'm a bit late. So then, I downloaded Ryujinx, the Nintendo Switch emulator. First of all, Blink, if you're watching this, thank you so much for giving me the link to download this, giving me the benefit to avoid downloading it directly from the website or going to untrustworthy sources to save my dear life, and of course some instructions on how to download it. So after I got the emulator installed successfully, it is finally time for me to launch Tomodachi. I decided to play Splatoon first. Before getting into playing Tomodachi, I thought maybe I should play some other games first as a playtest, because I don't want to encounter any problems like lagging, graphic issues, or whatsoever. And since I was gonna save that game for streaming later, actually, no, not really, I thought maybe I should play some other games first. Splatoon was the game I've been wanting to play for so long since the Wii U ages. But this is the Switch emulator. There's no Splatoon 1 on the Nintendo Switch, so I played the sequel. I'm not gonna tell you where I got it though, because that'd be illegal. And through the duration of me getting it to work as I play it, unfortunately, here's the result. I am moving in freaking slow mode. If you look closely, yes, the graphics were great. It was great, but all I got was the game moving in super slow motion. And this wasn't the only game that I tried. First it was Splatoon, and then I moved on to, what was it? The Legend of Zelda, also the same result. By moving around into the environment, it wasn't lagging, it was legitimately moving in slow motion. Except for the pause menu, doing selections in the pause menu was okay, but the gameplay itself, good god! And then I tried Mario Kart, same thing. Look at this gameplay as I was having the slowest race ever. Ooh, look at that drift I'm doing! Getting into the ring! Score! Should I still plan on streaming Tomodachi? Nah, I gave up. I'm just gonna play casually. Okay, so then here's me, playing Tomodachi Life on the Switch emulator. The gameplay and doing the selections, somehow it was actually okay. I mean, it was still a bit slow, but not really all slow. But one thing's for sure, it was playable, thankfully, and weirdly. Here's me customizing my character. Oh, I'm sorry. I think that's what it's called, making my own island, buying some food, not a lot of stuff that I did, but yeah, that was all. Yeah, great, I could play the game. Yay, I did that, thankfully. Anyway, that's all I could do. It was a good try though. Maybe it's my laptop's probably not that compatible for the Nintendo Switch emulator experience. After trying the Switch emulator, there was another emulator that I actually wanted to try, which was BlueStacks, the Android emulator, just for a single reason. There's this game that I wanted to play that I haven't played in a long time, and that game was Iron Man 3. Anyone remember Iron Man 3? One of the best mobile games in 2013? I really wanted to dive back into that game after so many years, but the problem is, it's not available on the stores anymore. And no matter what method I tried to get it to work, downloading the APK file or playing it on the emulator, it cannot work because of one problem. The Android version of the game is outdated. The game is from an older version of Android, from 2013. It cannot work. Well, unless you want to watch some tutorials on the internet to get the game working, but will you trust it? If you want to break your computer system, sure, go ahead. But, oh well, whatever, I'm done. So much for getting good gaming quality experience. Slow motion, lagging, low bitrate, low graphics. Pretty much every computer I've ever owned in my life just won't give me good gaming experience. Except this laptop that I'm using for gaming and working. Good experience for me, at least. Not for you guys. Whenever I stream games on my platform, my quality is not really the best, but it's the best that I could give. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Look, Ryujinx, the emulator itself, it's pretty okay. Unfortunately, it didn't work for me. Maybe if I could get myself a better PC, it could run smoothly, I don't know. Again, Blank, thank you for sending me the files. I'm sorry it didn't really work much as I expected, but I'll be sure to take a look again to see to get it work. Which I probably won't for a while, because I already have too many games on my PC. Anyway, all that aside, I'm curious what's gonna happen to video games, whether it's digital or physical, and with the prices are going up, those kinds of issues. Also, what's it? Breaking news, physical game discs aren't gonna be a thing anymore in the future. What the hell, Sony? And also, emulators, it's not just the ones that are on PC, also the ones that are on PSP, PS Vita, a lot of other handheld devices, and maybe eventually the Nintendo Switch. It's getting more involving. And it's understandable, people couldn't find the games that are long lost and they wanted to play it with no console that is available, or they couldn't afford it, so then they switch for an alternative. I'm not entirely sure if emulating games on different consoles is considered as piracy, at least in my perspective. If y'all thinking the same way, then okay. If y'all disagree, don't come after me, I'm just saying opinions. This is more about me sharing my experience with game emulators rather than my thoughts on game emulators. Whether it's piracy or not, I'll just let the internet decide. Unless the craziest thing that could happen is if I accidentally started a riot debate and then I'm gonna have a big problem. Yeah, no, that's not possible. I'm not that famous. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. This actually took me a long while for me to finish this because I was actually working on the other video, which was the digital circus vlog. And yeah, thankfully I finished that, and also I'm about to finish this up, so yeah. And also, I gotta mention, I recorded some new audios for this video like days ago by the time of this recording, and I noticed that my voice was actually a little bit quieter and also a bit raspy during the voiceover, and I actually have something in my throat. I don't know what it is. I'll be sure to drink some water and I'll be okay. By the way, if any of my friends are watching this, please invite me to your video game party because I don't really have any friends to play with and I could really use some friends to play video games with. Just, please invite me. Alright, that's all I gotta say. Now, on to the next one. I don't know which video that I'm gonna work on next. I got a whole list of them, and yeah, I'll be sure to get to it. Alright, that's it. Thanks again, everybody, and yeah, see you on the next one. Bye! Oh, one more thing that I gotta mention. I need to come up with a better background because I actually hate it. Urgh!